Mm. Time to try and not suck.
Open the bloody gate!
Oh, fuck's sake.
Nobody gets in! Zevlor's orders! What's going on? Shit! Damnable rotten stuff. By sickle and sword, strike them down!
The hell is going on there? I do not know what to make of that. Always, as soon as the stream comes on, the random bugs.
Have to keep going.
These mortals be. On my way.
That wasn't really worth it. Fuck. Thought that was supposed to be fixed. Suppose I'd try it again. Odd. Okay, it works. I didn't see the targeting circle when I threw it prior though, so I guess I just threw it into the abyss.
Victory is assured. Impero tibi.
Man. The AI just continues to confuse me.
One can't always be a gentleman. The last board is set.
Oops.
Allow me to demonstrate. That was the last of them. Inside! All of you! More may follow! Open the gate!
Oops again.
Injuries need tending.
Perhaps I should grab that mod where you can resurrect anybody. The restriction makes sense for the game, but it's quality of life I would like. Unless it somehow... I'm not sure what sort of issues it could bring.
Moving in.
done here, you fool?
We was running for our lives.
You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too? Unbelievable!
And who the hell are you again?
Show some respect. This woman saved your pathetic life.
Well, I didn't ask for any goddamn help.
Please, you were begging me to open the gate. Anything to save yourself, you coward! You're right. There's too much at stake.
Worried about your precious hides, the both of you.
Enough! Squabbling is pointless. The goblins have found us.
At least we agree on that.
More goblins could be on their way.
I'm more worried about this parasite than a few goblins.
Time to pack.
We need a healer.
to leave. Forgive that display. Aradin's a blowhard. Thank you for your help out there. I'm Zevlor. Well met. I should warn you, visitors are no longer welcome in this grove. Whatever your business, I'd see to it quickly. The druids are forcing everyone out. This attack will only strengthen their resolve. There have been several attacks by different monsters. The druids blame us outsiders for drawing them here. Nobody's welcome anymore. They've started a ritual to cut the grove off from the world outside. We can't stay, but we'll be slaughtered if we leave. We're no fighters. I've tried. Korga, their new first druid, won't even see me. You, though? I know it's not your business, but she owes you for saving this place. Perhaps you could persuade her. For more time to prepare, if nothing else.
I think you should. Yes. No harm in trying the diplomatic route.
We'd owe you a great debt. If we're forced to leave now, we won't make it to the city. You'll find the druids at the heart of the grove. Please, make them see sense before more lives are lost.
Aradin's back with his tail between his legs. I'm glad for your help, but I'd hoped you were Halsin. Yeah, when he ran off with the druid that saved our hides the first time. Without Halsin, this grove's not so friendly, I'll tell you that.
Cannon?
It's gone off.
I'm sorry, Arca.
Don't be sorry. Fetch some help.
Do not embarrass yourself. He is gone.
No! Someone's going to pay for this.
Arca, no! Wait! What are you doing?
That's a friendly-looking shadow.
Glad you made it inside. Doubt we'll be safe here for long, though. There'll be more coming. Goblins hunt in packs. Maybe, but we're not fighters. If they broke through, it'd be a massacre. The sooner we leave for Baldur's Gate, the better. If the road was clear, a 10 days walk, maybe? But while the goblins are out there, it might as well be the other side of the world.
That should more than suffice. Glad you were here for...
Your thievery has been noticed. Choose your next move carefully. You'll walk free for now, but
Not now.
Why does this keep happening? I was joking about after the soup just a moment ago.
In striking distance.
Got to concentrate. Got to move. Got to focus.
Victory awaits. My path be true.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Victory awaits.
Another fight. Let's go. Death's close at hand.
A tale for the ages.
Time to strike.
Jesus. About to have another dead NPC. $35%. I dunno.
My path be true.
The witching hour. Certainly.
Good timing. Never been much of a fighter, so wrestling a bugbear would have gone poorly. But you're not here for heroics, are you? Avernus's stench is all over your skin. Let me guess. Your devil mistress sent you to get her soul coin back. Too bad. I earned it, fair and square. I'm going to be chased all over Faerun for this damn coin, aren't I? Fine. Take it as a grudging payment for the rescue. Now leave me in peace.
A soul coin, true to its name, holds a mortal soul inside. It serves in the Nine Hells as very valuable currency.
That coin's worth play.
What's that?
Refugees, adventurers, no one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met. And thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long. I know it's drastic, but more monsters seem to terrorize this region every day. We druids will be safe. As for those that took refuge here, well, may Sylvanas guard them as they continue their travels. As I said, it's a drastic measure, but the survival of the Grove is paramount. There just aren't enough supplies to support everyone. I pray no goblin arrow has grazed you. Nettie could put you to rights. She should be with the others in the inner chambers, but I doubt she'll be taking on new patients. The Grove will be locked down soon. Just some bits and bobs I no longer need. Sylvana.
long road ahead.
Need anything else? Of course. But please, remember, you're not the only one in need.
Hells! We can't just...
I'll not gamble. Can we all...
What's the point in blazing spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay! These people aren't fighters. We can help!
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
Just like I was saying, I don't want all these lives on my conscience. We need to stay.
Zerg. Fine. We'll stay. If we survive, it'll make for a good story, I suppose.
Thank you, Roland.
Very well.
I'd die if I met Leroic and reeking
Whatever
of this
comes,
place.
I'm ready.
Never get the smell out of my clothes. I'll have to burn them.
Children! The Blade of Frontiers.
They're tough kids. Smart, too. The future's in good hands. Go on. Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
I can't do it. I'm not like you.
Umi, I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this.
You're on the right path, Umi. Go on now. Practice what you've learned. Well met. The Blade of Frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. You are the Blade of Frontiers, racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held high.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship.
Better friends than the ones hitching a ride in our skulls, at least. I'm sure you know the stories. Doomed to shed our skin and become illithid. They say there's no coming back. But we haven't sprouted any tentacles. Not yet, anyway. Could just be good luck. I'm not so...
Your minds collide once more. Will chases the fiend ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil. A threat to the living. Evil incarnate.
Shit! You saw her. Advocatus Diaboli.
Advocatus Diaboli. A devil's advocate. A champion in the blood war between diabolical forces and demons.
A fiend makes for poor company. Unless it's been stuffed and mounted on your wall. Her name is Karlak. An archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill. I tracked her through the hells to the Mind Flayer ship. But the damned Illithids infected me before I could end her. She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses. Just so you know, my first duty is Karlak. I'm oath-bound to go after her. But I won't deny this infection is bothersome. I accept your invitation. I'm up for the challenge. You've just got to make a little space.
Smile is so goofy.
A splendid plan. We'll talk more there.
Back in just a mini.
We're exposed now.
Again. Swing and swing and parry. And again. Swing and swing and.
We're exposed now.
The waiting's getting to me. Again. If we left, we could at least swing and swing and parry. And again. Swing and swing and.
I'm looking forward to getting to the content that I haven't played through 50 times.
We've known enough grief this 10-day traveler. Don't be the cause of more.
Damn goblins! Like the sight of blood, do you? Thought you'd have had your fill at the gate. Might be more blood spilled yet, if Zevlor starts in on the lectures again.
Oh, Act 2, I suppose. I did play a bit of early access, did a couple characters as the patches came out, but god damn, there were some bugs. It was crazy. I mean, to be expected, but what a buggy mess. So I decided to put it down. I hadn't even finished Divinity Original Sin 2 at that point. So I went back and yeah, made it a point to finish that instead of playing this.
Oh, very gracious of you. We expected a soft job. Something to test the new lad, maybe, but not a bloody goblin nest. Most would have turned tail at the sight, but not Liam, no. He charged him, the stupid bastard. Nah. He must have thought we were following. Always the optimist was Liam. Hope they cut him down quick before he saw we were gone.
No mercies.
If it ain't the fearless Goblin Slayer, you sure you want to be seen with me? I ain't exactly popular with this lot. Thanks, Mum. Now please do feck off. Them devils ain't local. They're refugees. Fella who runs this place offered them shelter. Druids. And they ain't the friendly type. The only one of them worth a damn was the leader. And he ain't here anymore. Better than the others, but not well enough to risk my neck for him. We've got a contract to track down some relic, and he wanted in on the job. Eyes lit up when he heard about it. Didn't work out, though. Goblins got him when we were turning tail. He's either digging latrines or boiling in a cookpot by now. Job's all yours, if you got a death wish. There's a wizard in Baldur's Gate that'll pay gobloads for a relic, supposedly buried round these parts. But gold ain't any use if you're too cold to spend it. If I knew that, I wouldn't be back here with half my crew gone. But look, if you're itching to meet Kellenvor, I won't stop you. It's called the Night Song. Supposed to be hidden under the temple where the goblins jumped us. I'd give you the map and wish you a happy funeral, but my mate Brian kept hold of it like his own todger. Goblins made sure to the fat old chunk. All I've got's the contract. It'll show you where we turn back, if you feel like dying. Don't thank me. I'll be well on my way to Baldur's Gate when you die. Ain't leaving town for a good while after this.
And we'll have a dog, right?
They don't allow them in Baldur's Gate. Cats, though?
A little orange cat. And a house with a little door so that it can come and go as it pleases.
And a high fence to keep eavesdroppers out. Thanks. I suppose we'll all need it.
What about you? Big plans for when you get to the city?
We've had enough rough to last us a good long while.
Good luck to you then. And wish us some, too.
Is that everything? Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel. Of sorts. Used to be a bread and butter tinsmith before Elturel fell into Avernus. These days my talents are more eclectic. Learned a lot in my time in the Hells. Hope to forget most of it. But between you and me, there's nothing in all the realms like the utter power of infernal machinery. Alas, my offerings are far more humble these days.
Thanks for cutting in.
Why, hello there. You! Saw you fighting those slimy bastards. Fancy a bowl? Best to fill your belly now, while we still can. Look, it ain't much, but it might make all the difference. The only way we'll make it to Baldur's Gate is to run, and run hard. If a gnoll catches your scent, you'll need every bit of strength. Trust me. Let's not put that old bucket.
Ah, if it isn't the talk of the camp.
It's a rare day when I see one of you lot about. Thank goodness you came along when you... Oh! There's an awful slump to those broad shoulders of yours, Petal. Are you hurt? Cold? Feverish?
Auntie Ethel will sort you out. I've lotions and potions galore. Oh, nothing as fancy as that. But I come from a long line of women with a dab hand at such things. Aha! You take a sup at that and you'll feel right as rain, sweetie. Oh, 'tis just a healing potion, nothing fancy. Here. You just look like you might need a pick-me-up. I'm sorry to go on about it, but are you all right? You're looking awful peaky. Oh, stop! Even on a good day, half the camp acts like a bunch of screaming brats. I'm tempted to smack them all on the backside and tell them to kiss and make up. Not that they'd listen to little old me. Anyway, do you need anything? I have a few odds and ends for sale. Hey, bother. Take care.
Goblins, druids. This grove is a death trap. Grab what you can and get out. That's my advice. What to bring?
You ain't gonna shoot me. Your hands are shaking.
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's the point. Get out of the way!
She didn't kill your brother, Arca. You're better than this.
Shoot before you lose your nerve, Tieflin. If you ever had it to begin with.
I didn't ask for you to say a damn thing! Keep out of it!
Looks like the Absolute sent me a protector. You gonna kill her too?
You! Move! You're right. I wish you weren't. I really do. Damn you. Damn it! Why do you care if a goblin lives or dies?
Your soft heart will be the death of us. You'd better be right.
It's all right, Arca. Let's go.
You're gonna be sorry! Every last one of you! Ain't sure why you're protecting me. Don't care. It's too late to make friends, warg meat. My tribe's coming. They're gonna burn this pretty place for the glory of the Absolute and hang you by your guts. They'll peel your face off and nail it to a wall. I ain't scared of some god. Stick a dozen arrows in me and Priestess Guards still patch me up. Got a whole lab set up. Cooks up potions that fix our lads, no matter how much of a beating they take. Could probably stick your head back on if someone was to chop it off. Mighty booyog.
Bah! A clever goblin's like a trustworthy gig. A figment of the imagination.
It's the truth. I swear on your mother's grave. Get me out of here, and I'll tell you where to find her. Deal? Suit yourself. Looking forward to seeing what your innards look like.
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring. Why don't we take a little break? Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important. We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Survived some perils, overcame some obstacles. Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you diffused the tension between Zevlor and Aradin. The way you stood in front of a crossbow to prevent a murder. In short, I've grown to trust you. I was being quite sincere, I assure you. The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul, except for my cat. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly. No, nothing like that. Though if I fail to treat it, then the consequences would not be contained to me alone. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside. I can say no more on the matter. Not now, anyway. Just trust me when I say it's all of vital importance. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns. That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical. You have my thanks. And fear not. Your implicit trust is well placed and will be rewarded with any and all means at my disposal. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused treasure. As do our packs, as a matter of fact. We've such an item already in our possession. Primed for the moment the need arises. I hope I can count on you.
Oh, you thieves are all boring. Even your cages are boring.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
Excellent choice.
I forgot I had this mod. Makes it closer to 5e where you've got access to all your ritual stuff just inherently. Was wondering why the bars were so damn cluttered. I'll put that over there. Oh, I wasn't looking at the chat. I'm not used to streaming. A mod to save and load hotbar layouts? Fuck, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Gale's in leather because he's a blade singer, which I honestly have no fucking idea how a blade singer really works. Or while a shield's equipped. Oh, never mind. I can't have the shield as a blade singer. And I gave him longsword proficiency. And sold the longsword. Very tactful of me. I cannot recall the name of the mod though. I never can. There's too many of them. I'll have to look at the buff itself.
Never a dull moment.
I'm due to rest. Have you noticed any texture pop in and dialogues? Mainly on the armors.
This isn't a good time.
Yeah, there it's like in and out.
Having fun with your new goblin friend? Bet you aren't.
Please leave us be. This isn't a good time.
It's fun.
Yeah, like his scarf can't make its mind up. Maybe it's the lighting or the DLAA anti-aliasing. I don't know. Yeah, it's like a bit of a flicker. It could just be from the upscaled armor and clothes textures. It's probably just that mod, and I know that at some point the author is gonna update it. They've just been busy with stuff. It's the, and I'm bad with names, but it's the same author that makes a Unique Tab.
He stares right past you as if you're invisible or boring. He's still staring right past you. You see nothing out of the ordinary. As you turn back, the child slips between the rocks. You find the edges of a concealed entrance.
Need money to stockpile thieves' tools.
I've known a few warlocks in my time. Talented, of course, though sometimes too eager to listen to the devils on their shoulders. Comes with the territory, unfortunately.
Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war.
I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone. Your enterprising approach to my... I do not yet need to consume an item.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling. Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it, and she was planning to return. One of the archdevil Zariel's own, chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach, even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking, the damage she might be doing.
To be honest, I didn't have a good frame of reference just because I'd never noticed it until I saw the mod. When I was doing all my testing, it's just not something I paid attention to. But then when I saw the, before and after on the mod page, well, I will absolutely sacrifice 25 gigs of storage space. It sounds good though. I may have noticed the poorer quality had I not had the mod installed when I started this playthrough, but not sure.
A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. I'm sworn to say no more. All right. Anything more we should discuss? My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after. No, but he named me friend, and that meant the world. But what of the others? The children never saved, the cries never heard. In the boy's tears, I finally saw the suffering wrought by the villains of the wild. The frontiers demanded a blade, and so I heeded. And it's nice to meet someone of your talents. Having a worm wriggling in my skull didn't instill much confidence in the days ahead. With you as my ally, the future looks a little less daunting. A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days. By all means. I've come to know a fair few village clerics, but none with the skill to pull these worms from our heads. From what I understand, there's a healer called Nettie in the Grove. Perhaps she's got the talent. We should pay her a visit.
What's on your mind? I question the wisdom of that decision, but I'll be here.
Well met. That... the pride of the gate.
In vanilla, it's such an obvious choice. Forget about all the extra invocations. It's just gotta be... You gotta take agonizing. And I could just take the Warcaster feat later, though I'm not sure if it covers the... modded, Eldritch Blasts. That's probably something I could patch for when it comes to spell lists, and mods that interact with them. Like my re-upload of Critical Miss has consequences, I wanted to add just a bunch to that. Oh, like there's a Warcaster Eldritch Invocation here, but there's also the modded Warcaster feat. It should be... Yeah, it should have its own feat as well, but preferably just the main Warcaster feat that we've got in the collection. Yeah, that it would cover the modified Eldritch Blasts too. There's quite a few little things that I just want to like patch here and there, but just with the I haven't been willing to get down in the trenches yet. Not until everything's kind of solidified and the modding scene has slowed down, then I'll start doing my fine-tuning. And especially with Larian still updating the game, it's too much of a time commitment. I'll consider all of that cherries on top that I can work towards adding in the end. The end, I say. As if the modding scene will just stop. For now, we'll play with this though. It's kind of the point for me, just to try different things, find probably a bunch of minor issues. I am dreaming big though. I don't plan on just leaving the list to the wayside.
The Githyanki people have a word for men like the Blade of Frontiers. Shalak. Roughly translated, idealist do-gooder. Or better yet,
benevolent burden. His confidence is an asset. His pursuit of valor, not so much.
Yeah, I said that modding will end, therefore it will end. It is a bit of a pity though, the state of things right now. Just all the drama. And then yeah, watching some very technically minded, brilliant modders step away. Or even just, can't remember the dude's name, but somebody, they were compiling all these lists of UUIDs and everything, and just making resources. And I was using search terms and stuff, and I went through the Larian Discord and found some of their older stuff, because I noticed that their mods were gone. I went looking for the mod pages that had these resources, and it was all just gone. And they're not in any of the relevant discords. Shit like that sucks. It sucks real bad. Yeah.
Countless scholars roam the astral sea and beyond, observing the ways of our lessers, exploring planes so distant order turns to chaos and cold fires rage. The planes are ever quaking, and their peoples ever shifting. The Githyanki possess an
I have not heard of that software.
yet we still collect more. Infinities upon infinities. I expect I am your first. And they didn't cut you from navel to neck. Well, perhaps they were otherwise occupied. I am still getting used to people like you. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake. Decadent, then. Lacking in economy. Like so much of this world and its undisciplined people. I understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point, I know the cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a creche. You do well to observe more and question less. Yes, in great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles. All skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist, and a mind flayer is born.
I'm gonna have to look at that. I'll definitely give that a look.
Words forged in steel. May your actions express the same metal. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me. Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass.
That actually sounds fucking amazing. Just being able to... Wow. Okay. Yeah, shit, drop it in Discord for me. That'd be dope. Thanks. I'll actually make a proper save here. Aren't we all gooning? That's what my mute button's for. I will be back in a sec. I hath returned.
So, we're traveling with the famed
And I'll just continue to play the game as if I've never heard any of this dialogue.
Oh, what's to tell? I'm a magistrate back in the city. It's all rather tedious.
Holy fuck, there's no way. I did fuck with some software recently. Right? This game is a game? I thought this was a bug test simulator. I can't remember the name of the... That's one piece of software, Power Tools. And then, shit, there was another one that just makes like it's basically File Explorer, but way better. There's a dude on YouTube called Nutty, and he's... Oh, Power Toys? Yeah, I think that one, my bad. But yeah, there's this dude who streams, and he's got a YouTube channel called Nutty, and I started watching him because I'm clueless when it comes to OBS. This application just has ridiculous potential for streaming, and he completely nerds out on it. That's his whole thing, is just doing crazy shit with his stream. And just, yeah, software and everything in general. I do recommend, but you seem to be on the right track already, so that's probably content more targeted towards me.
The Blade of Frontiers. Let's hope Will lives up to his name. We'll need all the help we can get.
There's no story. None that you're entitled to hear, anyway. Just forget you ever saw it.
live shows, like, online? Sounds like a more interesting job than most have.
We've been through quite a lot, with likely more to come. Care to narrow it down a little? I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course. Perhaps. Perhaps not. If we do survive, we'll have separate lives to return to. I need to get to Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible.
Oh, okay. And so you would be responsible for all the scene switching and everything.
Thank you. And you're right. It's a delicate matter. Not something for light conversation.
Actually, you might be the person to ask then, come to think of it, because I was a little bit confused on how to use my, I've got an Exceldro plugin, source record, and if the game were to crash right now, it's set to record the gameplay only alongside the stream, but the stream wouldn't have ended. So the source record plugin just won't pick the game up again. It's just done. And I couldn't really see a way with that plugin, and I suppose this is really niche because it's a plugin, right? But I was looking through, tried Googling stuff, and I just couldn't find a way to sort of fix that. Like if I open the game again, it starts recording again.
Must I? Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. Personally, I think finding this Halcyon is our best bet. If we're truly desperate, we can try to convince that goblin gut in this
Source record, S-O-U-R-C-E.
but worth keeping in mind.
Oh, by Exceldro, I think it's E-X-E-L-D-R-O. He does a lot of plugins for OBS, but it really is a function that just should be natively supported. Because I can't see a way to... I just can't see a way to do what I want. Especially because I can... Like, the ultra-wide resolution isn't supported when I'm streaming. So I'm doing this thing where I decided to use this empty space to throw the script extender console and the success ratings and whatnot in. But if I'm trying to gather footage for, making videos later, I don't need all this crap on the screen, and I don't want black bars. I want full footage at native resolution. Plugin seems like the only way to do it. Assuming I want to do both, I could just not stream and record the footage, but why not stream, if I can? At least it shows that my channel's not dead.
Must we? No harm in a little mystery, don't you think? Thank you. I'm sure we'll get along.
Yeah, I want to, while I stream, and I suppose I could just open up 2 instances of OBS for this, right? And then just avoid using the plugin. But I want to just record only the game source and its audio, and then stream. And this all works fine with the plugin. It's just if the game crashes, I'm like fucked. I'd have to restart OBS because it's conditional with the plugin, so it'll start recording the gameplay when I start the stream. And then if the source it's recording goes away when the game crashes, it just doesn't come back until one of the two things, either the application or the stream, is restarted. And I can't really set any sort of custom conditions outside of record when I record when I stream, record when I do either. So it's just a little bit limited in what it's able to offer.
It's quite a sight.
Yeah, I mean, shit, if you come up with something.
I could take or leave your chin.
Windows 11.
I am. I've been thinking, reflecting on what tomorrow might bring when we meet this goblin priestess. Will she know how to bring the worm under control? Will this little adventure of ours be over? Good. I don't want you to run off just yet. You're quite the ally after all. Traversing Avernus, surviving the crash, surviving everything that's followed. I'm not easily impressed by people, but you're stronger than I gave you credit for. Yes, we're more similar than I thought. I was leagues away. I just need to get some air, clear my head. I'll see you later, I'm sure.
A fine evening, don't you think? The moonlight shines warmly on us. The breeze caresses our faces. Hideous. All of it. Would that I were doing battle up there, among the tears. Look above. The tears follow behind it. Rocky bodies tumbling through the sea of night. One of them is my crash. Clear. Your curiosity is to be commended. Githyanki are hatched in creches all throughout realm space. Clear is one of many. It's there I first saw a Kithrak mount a red dragon, where I slit my cousins' throats at the Vash's command. But enough of this. You are wasting your resting time. Come dawn, we resume our search for a creche.
A tingle runs through your head and down to your feet.
Ah, there it is. That shiver. Our little brainworms have made fast friends, it would seem. How do you feel? Healthy, and troubled by that fact. Before the Illithid's unscheduled surgery, I'd felled hundreds of beasts and a fair few fiends.
If I put that in the collection, I feel that the Puritans would be after me. Pitchforks and torches.
Pain, not even a hot flash.
She does look good with that mod though. I can't lie. I was thinking of just trying to combine some different face textures, like give her a little bit of a glow up that's not like a drastic alteration. I don't know though, she's fine. Yeah, just the just the body mod. Just need like BCB. Raz and Mooncake and everyone would be very happy.
Indeed. Perhaps the worm's vat was poisoned. Perhaps we're uncommonly fit. Or perhaps the tadpoles are merely on holiday. We could conjecture all night. I suppose the why doesn't matter so much as the what next. And that answer is plain as the horns on a war devil's head. We get these things out. Let's get some rest. Dawn comes sooner than we think.
How can I help?
Who doesn't?
The leader of the pack comes to chat. What's on your mind?
This shadow tripped me up for a second.
The sooner we find this priestess gut, the better. Can't wait to get rid of this thing in my head. Head to Baldur's Gate. Someone's waiting for me. Let a girl have some secrets. Was there anything else? The same. These parasites are proving suspiciously benign. But suppose I turn. What would you do? Really? I'd just kill you. Anyway, get some rest. Try not to dream about tying me up.
The thighs are important. Oh man. Alright, that's probably enough talking to companions for a minute. Time to talk to other NPCs.
Whoa.
Then get my ass whooped.
Can't say I've ever seen someone like you before. Go on. Take this ring. It's lucky. You haven't seen anything yet, lady. Go on, take the ring and watch your fortune change. Weeping, bleeding hells! Okay, maybe you don't need extra luck. But since you're already holding the thing, call it. Heads or tails? Tails it is! See? That's the kind of luck you get from one of my lucky rings. I've got more where that came from. Real cheap, too. Interested? You got it. One sec. That's what I got. Nothing cool.
You suddenly feel something moving against your back and turn. You notice she's trembling. The tears streaming down her cheeks are indeed real. You notice she's trembling. The tears streaming down her cheeks are indeed real.
Oh no. What the fuck? These bugs.
Hey, you here to trade or? Yeah, I know. I was standing right here telling her to rob you.
Yeah, I probably did get locked out of the shop, but I don't recall this vendor selling anything I care about. I didn't take a good look.
I am sorry. Sorry we're still talking about this. Look, you caught her. Good for you. You aren't a chump like everyone else around here. Now, do me a favor. Make room for the chumps.
It's weird, that's the second time I've seen the dialogue repeating issue.
Please, let us through.
It is forbidden. Let my daughter go right now! She's a thief, hellspawn. And you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through!
Yeah, there's, like all those jewelry mods and everything. They seem great, like good implementation, but between elven weaponry and vanilla equipment overhaul, and probably a couple of others. Yeah, and that's what I try to avoid. Like, I really don't want the vendors cluttered. The tutorial chest can be cluttered, and any mod that spreads its loot across the game I'm cool with. But there's just far too much vendor clutter. Especially poor Aaron, man, at the Grove. And it's like the first vendor you talk to and he's just gonna have a ridiculous amount of modded items. Probably unbalanced items, so it just makes a lot of shit hard to implement in the collection. Because it, you know, goes against the bottom line. It's unfortunate. What I could do, and it would be a big pain in the dick, is completely overwrite Aaron's loot table. And then customize it exactly how I want it. And then I would be able to implement more mods because it would essentially turn many mods into tutorial chest only mods. But that's a big pain in the arse. So for now I'll just avoid them.
Keep back! Force my hand and I'll show you its claws.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh, I understand. You,
Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead.
Ah, my good friend. You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? You saw them up close? A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest.
I did. I haven't added it to, I think I've just got it disabled currently while I was testing. Are you gonna add it to just tutorial chest, or... I bet there's a good location you could put it. Have you thought about where you would place it? Like, it's a reasonably powerful weapon. Like, mid, later Act 1, like Underdark or something. My mum's house? Bro, that's too early in the game.
Glory. Now then, how would you describe that particular batch of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, successfully recalling various details of goblin behavior.
A scholar after my own heart. Spent much time among goblins? Far be it from me to pry. Now, as you were saying, Lasha Booyag, And the dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety? Witnesses failed to notice the obvious dragon. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates? They did, didn't they? Oh, curious. Oh, curious indeed. I've interrogated one. A captive in this very camp. She reports they've abandoned their god Maglabiet in favor of someone called the Absolute. The scandal!
The Love Shack? What is the Love Shack?
Oh, I'd imagine him quite displeased. Since their change in allegiance, these goblins are informed by a kind of strategy anathema to their kind. I, for one, intend to get to the bottom of it. I'm just preparing to head to their camp as we speak, in fact. If you'll excuse me,
Oh, yeah, that'd be a cool spot for it. Though, what would you add it to specifically in there? And then how would you figure out what fucking loot table is? All the vendors and whatnot, and just NPC drops are easy enough to figure out. Have fun with that. Yeah, if they've come out of the tutorial, it would not be accessible because all that shit is generated as soon as you enter the zone. That's no big though. That's just how it is. Like, as I've been adding the elven weaponry mods, there's kind of just nothing that can be done about that. If they really wanted to access something, they could grab one of the tutorial chest add-ons. The only time I made a fuss about it was when I added vanilla equipment overhaul to the collection, because that also modified vanilla items that characters were actually using Oh, yeah, true. I don't know.
Never you mind. Who needs mercy when you've a quick tongue, hmm? And an invisibility potion stashed in your back pocket? Until we meet again. Would that we could speak freely, my Ursine
Hmm.
friend. Alas, I've never learned to converse with your kind.
I need to respec people so I can get access to speak with animals. I also need to get some damn breakfast. I'll probably boot the stream back up again in like an hour. And I ain't got much better to do, so I'm gonna try and make a lot of progress. I want to make a video showcasing mainly the combat and difficulty mods, because well, that's kind of the foundational shit in the collection, right? Oh, and Absolute Wrath will be on that list, of course. Yeah, so I just need to get more combats in. And, you know, Act 1's fine. I don't need, like, Act 2 and 3 boss battles to make the showcase video. Every combat is obviously harder than vanilla, given that the NPCs are dying and I get completely fucked up. Yeah, those mods I want to include them in the collection, but I'm just skeptical of them still. And they're still in the works, so to speak. And they don't really touch Act 3. I also don't like the implementation from additional enemies of, like, the Githyanki Highway fight, adding in a red dragon. That just bothers the shit out of me for, you know, the Puritan in me is like, no, a party of level 4 and 5, level 4 and 5 dickheads fighting a red dragon, I don't care how young it is. Yeah, and it wasn't long ago that there were patches for the original mod, and now the patch has been replaced by a re-upload with modifications, and, shit, what's the other one? Can't remember the name of the mod. Again, it's probably down there in suggestions. It wasn't updated for a good while, but now it's got like most of Act 2 covered. But yeah, I should remain... Death March. Yeah, that's the one. I've had my eye on that for ages, but they are ambitious projects, and I'd just rather wait till they're proper finished to include. They do look sweet, though. Because you can only get so much difficulty, and I don't want to just bloat stats to an unreasonable degree. Absolute Wrath is fun, the affixes and everything are great, but yeah, I could make the game near impossible with combat extender if I wish, but more enemies and just making it more challenging through the action economy. And you have feet every level, you greedy motherfucker. Might even pump out another revision before I jump back on stream, just like some fixes, small stuff. I was thinking about every third level, or the additional feat at level 1. The compatibility framework implementation looks good, but I don't think it covers all the custom classes and everything. I'd really love feat at level 1, just so that you can get 4 instead of 3 over the course of a playthrough. Just a little bit of player variety. Yeah, and that's how I've done as a player in the past, because I've not done much of any DMing playing tabletops, but yeah, that's something my main DM has always been fond of, is the extra feat at level 1, just to like flesh out and add some more flavor and mechanics. Yeah, I know about choose your stats. I haven't been keen on implementing that one. One of the mods I'm more skeptical of, you could say. If I could just sort of natively, in the character creation, add the extra feat, I'd be very happy with that. Oh, for testing? I usually just use like the script extender console and just give myself XP. There was another mod I used to use. I'd just dump some files. Can't remember the name of it. I've got them backed up somewhere. Just to get max level in the tutorial and fuck around with stuff. I will boot the stream back up in a bit though. Yeah, I might have to play with it for testing then. This chat has definitely made me I'll take another look at the tutorial is the place to be. I think it was Rando Ruder who had those mods, and if not, it was probably Nels who did the compatibility framework feat stuff. I want to see what's up with that. I'll be back though. You boys have fun in whatever you're doing.